Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Mac Show, the #1 pimp podcast in the world, where we go over exactly how to make money using OnlyFans, whether you're going to be a manager yourself or whether you're going to just pimp out your own profile. And I'm going to show you how you can fucking scale that into making a shit ton of money now and then investing and doing other things as well. Now, this is episode number 12. I run a podcast every single day, and I will continue to do this for years to come. If you're new to my channel, I'm basically a tech entrepreneur turned pimp, okay? Ran a very successful businesses within the tech space and within the e-commerce space, different brands, and just with the potential here with OnlyFans and the fun of it, I have just switched over. And yeah, it's just been a fucking incredible journey so far. The amount of money that's coming through is incredible, and the difference between myself and fucking other like gurus that you see online, I hate that word. These gurus, I'm completely transparent about the numbers that I make, where the money is coming from, okay? And I'm just going to show you exactly my plan over the year. You are in the journey with myself rather than me being like, you know, this is what I've done. It's what I'm fucking doing right now and how you can do the same. Now, a lot of people can't do this, especially within the e-com space, and I couldn't do this. I couldn't show you the actual product I was selling. I couldn't show you my ad copy. Why? Because competitors can actually legitimately saturate you. Now, I do not believe in competitors because I believe in being creative compared to competitive. But if you're putting out your creative nature for the world to see and they replicate it with Facebook, okay, it kills your CPAs and then you have to work harder and harder, which, you know, you could say makes you better and better. However, with OnlyFans, with every single girl being unique, okay, there is zero competition. To top that off, okay, the reason that I put out all this value is I hope that the value that I'm giving out will allow people to use my referral code and in turn give value back, because it's my key belief is that when you give value, you become a person of value and people of value are rewarded, okay? And that's held true for pretty much the entire amount of history. So the #1 online pimp podcast, as I said, this episode number 12. Today we'll be getting into a few topics. There's some fucking bangers in here. And the very first thing that I want to look over is, actually, I'll give you an update, okay? Every day I like to do the update, and I might start with the update today. People want to know how much money I've made. So basically, the actual course itself launched this week where I show people how to run OnlyFans accounts. There's been no paid promo besides one ad, which is to capture emails. So I'll factor in that cost as well. On top of the course, I'll show you how much money my girls have made this week with the girls that I'm currently running, where their status is at. And yeah, basically, the course did an extra 4 sales yesterday, I believe, and so far 1 today, but an email blast hasn't been sent. So we're averaging 4 to 7 sales a day, which is 400 to 700 USD profit a day coming in. Okay, that ends up being around 1,000 AUD a day currently, minus 100 in ad cost for emails and minus GST, because obviously I have to do GST because it's everywhere. Okay, I'm targeting Australia as well. Now, and even the customers that come from the US and I don't charge GST, I factor that in because I just say to myself, it's better to be safe than sorry, okay? And I just say, well, I've lost 10% no matter what, plus Teachable's little fee, okay? This is exactly how much I make, and then it ends up being more when my accountant says to me, look, you've actually got a surplus there because you factored that in. And that's the way I like to operate, okay? People say to know your numbers to the T. I really don't believe in that. I think if you sit around just knowing every single number and you sit there, you're just wasting time. That serious amounts of money could be earned. So to let you know, this week from the course, I have made 4,600 or something USD in sales after the Teachable fees and after GST. I believe the course has brought me in around 5,300 or something-ish. I don't know exactly. It's somewhere around that, 5,300 AUD profit. Now, the course obviously isn't the main way that I make money. A lot of people say like, oh, you make money off fucking courses. There's nothing wrong with that to begin with, okay? But it genuinely shows how I make money pimping out these girls. And I talk about in the podcasts previously the strategies that I use to bring this to a 7-figure a year business over the space of a year. The goal is essentially 10 girls, okay? Now, if you have 10 girls earning $16,000 each, okay, a month, you're set. You're set. You're making millies, okay? It's super, super easy because and that's after the OnlyFans fee, of course. You really only have to factor in the fact that I do a 50-50 split. And, I speak to these people. A lot of people message me saying, I run OnlyFans fucking management. I was doing this shit already, da-da-da-da. And I say, fantastic. How much money are you making? And they say, well, my girls are turning over 10K a month. I said, no. How much are you making? And people don't want to disclose their numbers. I say, well, what are you charging? They say, well, we do this, and this, and we take 10%. 10%! You value yourself as a 10% person? Fuck that. The value I bring to these girls is a 50-50 split or nothing. And that actually brings us to the first point, but I don't want to get into that yet because I haven't fully disclosed the numbers side of things. So I made 5K-ish from the course this week. The OnlyFans girls have made me probably, after last night's messages, around maybe 3,000-ish US. So that brings me to, 8,000-9,000 for the week. Referrals, I haven't even checked, to be honest. I know that I put it out there so everyone who signs on the course can use my referral link if they found it to be valuable. I've not had a single refund for the course. I have not had a single person ask for a refund. Everyone's just been super fucking happy, and that's the way your business should operate. The numbers for my girls. As of today, we are sitting at, I believe, it's a little bit cheaper than yesterday, $5.20 a message for girls to apply. I have 300 plus applications because I have girls applying through my website as well. And the plan is basically just to manage 10 girls only and scrape off the girls that aren't performing. Okay, if a girl's account doesn't perform super well, we scrape her off for a girl to come on with higher subscribers. One of the girls that wants to join today, okay, I have 6 or 7 messages there today so far. One of the girls already has 30 subscribers. So instantly I say to myself, well, we're going to charge, $12.99 US. So let's just say 12. Okay, it's going to be easy to figure out. Times 30. So 10 times 3. She's already going to bring us in a significant amount of money compared to what I spent on ads just in the reoccurring model. And that is why I love the reoccurring model. And a lot of people say, well, how can you just switch businesses and da-da-da-da-da? Because the other businesses that I ran, okay, even though that I'm not putting in any time or effort into them anymore because I do not care, they've served their purpose, the customers all feel valued, they've got what they asked for, they're all reoccurring revenue models. So let me give you an example. I sold a website package where I charged people, I believe there were two different prices. One was $164 for the year, and another was $12 a month I charged people. I build their website, they get a brand new website, da-da-da-da-da. Now, I have all those people, or a majority of those people, still paying a reoccurring subscription every month. There's nearly like 1,000 people, okay, paying a reoccurring subscription. So the ones that pay monthly, that's, $12,000 a month coming in, minus whatever other bits there. Then, I had probably nearly 1,000 on the $164 package, so that's $164,000 a year. But the reason I love recurring models, people don't see what goes on behind the scenes, where I built them the website as well, okay, where I built them all their websites. Shopify pays me as a developer for every month those people stay on and keep their websites active, and it pays me around $8 a month per website. And I don't know how many people still have active websites, more than half, okay? So I still have all that reoccurring revenue coming in as well. That's just one of the packages that I have reoccurring revenue model on. I have reoccurring revenue model on the marketplace automation, a whole lot of different shit. Now, I don't need to disclose the actual numbers because I don't know the actual numbers. I let my accountant sort that out. All I know is that I know how to make a fuck ton of money, and I can show you how to do the same with OnlyFans because I'm going to be doing it throughout this year, okay? Now, if you haven't bought my course yet, that's point number 2, which is about the legal side of things. You need to fucking buy it. It's not to, yeah, I am going to make money, but it's not about that. It's about the fact of you're going to save a shit ton of time. It's going to show you exactly how to do this pimping business or market. The girls that are in it are saying, like, this is the best fucking marketing course I've ever taken in my life. And the legal contracts that are in there that you can use, the templates, they cost me thousands of dollars personally to get written up for my girls. And it's very important that you have legal contracts. Because number one, okay, and I talk about this in pretty much every podcast, the last thing you want is a girl saying, well, I didn't consent to you, posting these pictures, da-da-da-da. You need a shit ton of legalities. You need a signed contract there done for that. And you want to make sure 100% that the girls that you're promoting are of the legal age of consent, okay? That is super, super important. You want 3 forms of verification. You want a physical hard copy of their license. And obviously you don't hold the actual hard copy, but a physical digital copy. You want them to take a photo and send it to you and you hold it physically somewhere, or digitally I should say. I don't fucking know, okay? The metaverse is messing me up. You hold that somewhere. On top of that, you want the signed contract, and then you also have the backup of getting them to verify their OnlyFans account themselves. So you're saying, look, we're operating on this account that's been verified by OnlyFans. We have a contract that's signed, and we have a physical copy or a digital copy of the license. But on top of that, and this is a question I got yesterday, and this was actually a good question. I usually get dumb fucking questions, and that's going to link back to topic 2, which is dumb questions. This was a great question. So shout out, great fucking question. Someone said, what stops these girls, okay, from getting to you build them up to $10,000 a month, and then they bootleg it off on you and they say, well, thank you for building me up. I'm out and I'm going to keep that 10K myself. Okay? I'm going to keep that fucking $10,000 myself, and thanks for all your hard work. That is part of the contract. Now, number one, the main step is it should never come down to legalities. You should bring enough value that person doesn't want to leave and remind them of the value. And there's a few things I talk about in the course in terms of pricing, in terms of how to pay the girls. Never take money, pay yourself first and then pay them their 50%. That's very important. But on top of that, with the legal contract in place, you have a little disclosure that I have in the legal contract that basically says you can quit anytime, that's fine. So you can quit anytime, that's fine. But for the next year, so for 1 year, a period of 12 months, we still keep 50% of the profit. Make sure the girls are aware of this when signing. They can quit anytime, that's fine. All they have to do is send in a written notice. But any profit that comes from that account, okay, we keep 50%. Now, obviously, the girls aren't just going to go and make a whole new account and try and get dudes to subscribe, because they're going to think in their head, fuck, the amount of money I'm going to lose is going to not be worth just giving out that 50%. I'm probably going to lose 80% of my subscribers, 80% of the fucking people. I have to redo all the content on this account. It's too much. And the more time, effort, the perceived likelihood of success that works inverse, the less value they have to be able to go and do it themselves. And that's very important. You don't want to put in all this time, effort building these girls' accounts up and then they bootleg on you. So if you build them up over 12 months, you get them to 10K and they think, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to opt out. At least for the next year, you're getting paid. They have opted out. You have to do no more work. None of the work is yours, and all the profit that comes in from that girl's account for 12 months, okay, is yours. And if you say, oh, that's wrong, that's da-da-da-da, no. Because if you've put in all your time, effort, energy, and attention to build something up, okay, and then someone goes, you know what, fuck it, and people do this, and people go, fuck it, I'm a big greedy, because that's all it is, it's greed, you should be compensated for the effort, time, and attention you've put in. And I learned this by making the mistake when I first started out in my e-commerce career. And this is how I actually got into e-commerce for people that don't know. When I had a social media marketing agency, okay, I had a SMMA business first before I ran an e-com store. I used to work for this lady who's since gone under, so it's incredible. And she used to purchase all her belongings from Bali. So she didn't drop ship. She used to get all her belongings from Bali. And I basically said, look, I'll take over the marketing. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I'm going to put in dedicated hours each day. I put in an immense amount of time to grow her business for her. And we got to the point where she was turning over $1,000 a day. Zero marketing costs because I wasn't charging her anything in marketing. I found organic ways to market like Gumtree. Fuck me. I used email marketing every day. I put in the time, effort, cold messaging on Reddit, sending out threads. I put in a lot of fucking effort to grow her business for her. And all I was charging her was $100 a week. And once I built up to that 1K, she asked me, she said, what exactly have you been doing? Can you itemize it? And my stupid, inexperienced self sent her a list of the things I've been doing. The following week, she said, look, thanks for your time. I don't need you anymore. Why? Because she outsourced all those tasks to someone on Freelancer. She fucking I made myself redundant. She was smarter than me, but she basically jaded me. And, that in a way, the karma come back and got her because they didn't perform with the same level of enthusiasm. They didn't actively seek to find new ways. And eventually her business lost all that revenue. She reached out to me and I basically said, fuck you, woman. Like, there's not a chance. And to top it off, I said to myself, why can't I just do what she does and just launch? I already know how to market. All I need is the product. And that's how I stumbled into drop shipping. And then I eventually, became successful in that endeavor. So basically she helped me and she put herself out of business. But here's the real cunty thing, right? While she was asking me to itemize it, this is how dog this woman is. She said, can you itemize the shit you're doing? I said, sure, but I'm still doing different things. It was over the space of about 4 weeks. And she said, okay, well, I'll pay you once the itemization's done. I'll pay you once the itemization's done. So I worked for her for pretty much an extra month, 4 weeks. And then she bootlegged on me. She didn't even pay me for those 4 weeks. So not only did she replace me and say, I can outsource this for cheaper, but she said, you know what, fuck this kid. I'm not going to pay him for his 4 weeks of work, which is just, it's come back full circle. That woman's probably homeless with fucking liver failure now. No, honestly though, her business did crumble, so we don't give a fuck from there on. And it's not my job to wish negativity on anyone else. It's just my job to learn from that experience. And what I've learned from that experience is by having a contract in place, okay, you're going to keep yourself safer. But also on top of that, screening is very important. That's why I have such a big list of girls and I'm deciding very particularly who to work with and I'm not rushing into this, okay? And when a lot of people ask me like, well, why don't you have fucking this many girls' accounts going yet, make more and make more. Making more money at the moment doesn't add anything to my life. It really doesn't. I might be able to get, assets a little bit quicker, but the amount of stress and the amount of, future problems that it will cause by not doing things correctly is not worth it to me. I've just explained to you from this model already, I brought in 8K this week, and I swear there's some other revenue that I'm missing. There's definitely something else that I'm fucking missing. But just this has brought me in fucking this much each week. My life doesn't change. And you don't know that, okay? And you probably don't believe what I'm saying until you get to the point where you earn a significant amount of money each week. My monthly living expenses are $3,000 to $4,000 AUD. I know what it costs me to live each month. It doesn't cost me any more than that. There's really no extra gained besides the fact that I can buy assets and, I'm building up and da-da-da-da-da. There's no extra happiness that I'm going to get. And you won't know until you get to that level. I turned off my last company because I didn't feel I was giving out enough value. I knew I was giving out enough value, but the perceived value from the customer wasn't there. So it was very hard for me to convey that message compared to a business like this. The customers who bought, they understood the value and they all found it valuable. But to sell those packages, put in so much time and effort, okay? There was a lot of time, a lot of effort, but the packages sold for $20,000 US. I could sell one a week quite easily, spend $1,000 in ads. That's $25,000 AUD profit a week. I switched it all for this, okay? Because we're focusing on doing things correctly. Okay, what's next? Here we go. So, that was a great question. Now let's talk about the dumb questions. Let's talk about this. I got this probably 10 times in the last few days, all from different people. I want to reinforce this. This is a dumb question. You've probably asked it, so you're going to be like, fuck, he's talking about me. But dumb questions don't make you a dumb person. They make you learn and they make you a more intelligent person. So there's nothing wrong with the question, but I'll tell you the actual subconscious thing that's going on behind this question. The question is, and nearly everyone says this, but isn't the market saturated? Isn't it becoming, too many people? Why would you tell people? Aren't you going to saturate it? We learnt this word in like day fucking 2 of marketing in school. It's fucking stupid. Only top dogs need to worry about saturation. People that need to focus on saturation are people like Coke, Pepsi, all that, and they look at the market and they say, well, there's this much saturation from Coke compared to Pepsi, 2% increase will be this much revenue. Is it worth spending this much to try and get more of the market, da-da-da-da-da. If you're not even making $100,000 a year online through your business, to ask a question of saturation is really just you hiding the fact that you don't want to do any fucking work. That's all it is. You are hiding the fact that you don't want to put in the fucking work. Because it could be 99.9% saturated and you could just have the smallest micro bite of the market with an average skill set and still make $100,000 a year. Saturation is a stupid fucking question. The question you should ask yourself instead of saturation is this a growing market? That is the inverse, okay? Don't ask yourself, is the market saturated? Ask yourself, is it a growing market or is it a dying market? And it's far better, and Alex Hormozi says this, to choose the right boat compared to row harder, okay? That's paraphrased, but basically, it's more important than rowing hard is to choose the correct boat to be in, because a speedboat's going to win every fucking day. And the example that he uses is the newspaper industry. So why would you be in that when it's decreasing by 25% compounding every year? No matter how good you are, you're going to lose 25% of the market every single year. Why not be in a market that's growing? That's a completely different question. In a market that's growing, you don't have to factor in saturation and say, yeah, well, more people are joining. Yeah, it's a scarcity tactic that's used. Until you're earning millions of dollars a year, you shouldn't even worry about that question. It shouldn't even come to mind. So just fucking realize you're not putting in the work and put in the work. Next topic that we're going to focus on is the assets. Leveraging your assets, okay? And we're going to map this out. You're going to need a checklist. So I want you to get a pen and paper, okay? Pause this. Go get a pen and paper or your notebook. And you're going to write down your assets column. I'm going to write it down with you. And then we're going to look at how we can leverage those to make fucking money with OnlyFans. Okay, so we got our pen and paper. Now we're going to write down leveraging our fucking assets, okay? So we're going to just create a column here that says assets. And you're just going to write down everything that you think is an asset. Now, if you're like, I don't fucking know what my assets are, let's go through some of them together. If you're a lady, do you have a nice body, okay? Do you have big tits? Do you have a good ass? And you're like, oh my God, this sounds so derogatory. No, it's a fucking asset. Learn how to use it. Okay, are you a dude managing girls? Do you have 5 girls? Okay, write all this down because we're going to look at different ways that we can leverage them, okay? So, okay, maybe you have a girlfriend. She's hot as fuck, like my girl. She's a fucking bot. How can I leverage her to make me more money? What else? I have an Instagram, with around 20,000+ followers. How can I leverage my Instagram? Okay, maybe I don't have a big Instagram, but I understand marketing, okay? I have marketing skills. So I'm going to write down that. Okay, I have a 10,000+ email list. How can I leverage that? And what you'll start to do is, the thing that I want you to identify here is you're going to write down things and you'll look and you'll say, well, fuck, am I really leveraging these things? Number one, am I really using these things to their full purpose? And then number two, how do I get more of these? The more assets you have, the richer you're going to be. And that's the difference between rich and non-rich people, poor people, I should say. Russian's so much easier. You can just say the non-version of something. Okay, is they understand how to leverage their assets and they have a lot more assets. Now, a lot of people, when they hear assets, they think a car versus a house and all these fucking things. But nearly all of these are fucking assets. And the easiest one you can build is contacts, people who know you, attention. So let's write down, do I know how to get attention? Okay, what else? Now, in the second column, so you can see how we've drawn it, boom and boom, like this, we're going to start leveraging. Okay, so I've got a nice body. How am I leveraging that? Am I on OnlyFans? Okay, am I putting out content that's going to get me more attention and likes? Okay, I got nice tits. Does my pictures that I'm putting out, are they showing off a little bit of titty? Are they getting people's attention? Okay, I have 5 girls working for me. Have I taught them how to market as well as me marketing for them? Have I taught them how to market so that they're working? Have I fucking, got a reminder to motivate them each day that they need to be working? Have I got them asking their friends if any of their friends are interested in earning money? See, what happens is people say, I can't do this because I don't have the capital, I can't da-da-da-da-da. This is leveraging what you already have to the highest potential. Okay, now you've got 5 girls. Have you looked through their followers, okay? or their subscribers on OnlyFans, and then you've gone through and you've got someone on Fiverr, or if you can do it yourself, to email scrape all of their followers and then use the emails to create a lookalike audience, which is going to make your marketing a lot cheaper. And if you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, there you go. There's another asset that you need to add to your list. Go learn what lookalike audiences are. Go learn how to email scrape. Go learn these other things, okay? Take another marketing course. What else have we got? Okay, girlfriend. How are you leveraging her out? Are you using her to get attention for your own social media? Are you taking her to nice places and people notice you with a hot girl and it gives you more status? Okay? These are things that people do not think about, but you 100% should think about. And especially for OnlyFans, if you want to make more money, ask the same question. How am I using this asset to make me more money on OnlyFans? Okay, I have a 20K Instagram following. How am I using that to make me more OnlyFans money? And when you start to position your questions like this, they're very big but very specific, okay? You'll start to come up with very big but very specific answers. How am I leveraging my marketing skills? How am I leveraging my 10,000 email list? How could I leverage my existing email list to get me a bigger email marketing list? Maybe I could say, okay, email list is 10K. Why don't I run a giveaway? Okay, I run a giveaway to my email list and I say, look, you get a fucking PlayStation 5, you get a fucking whatever it is. All you've got to do is give me the email, okay? Or send this link to your friend of the person who is the most like you and interested in all the exact same amount of shit. You've just pretty much doubled your email list with targeted followers. From one email. And you've given away a PlayStation. You give away a fucking, I don't know, an old school Nokia, whatever the fuck you want. Attention. How am I being, out there enough? Am I really being myself? What am I doing to bring me more attention? How can I leverage that asset? So, if you're a lady, okay, and you're trying to grow your own OnlyFans business, really look at your asset lists. How are you using your friends to grow your OnlyFans? Have your friends probably have a lot of thirsty fucking simpy dudes, and if they're not comfortable with doing OnlyFans, but you are, and you're already promoting it on all your socials, why don't you say to your friends, look, hey, can you chuck me up an Instagram post and just say, my sexy girlfriend does OnlyFans because she's a boss bitch. Give her a fucking look. You've just marketed effectively. Say you do that and 20 of your friends are happy to do it. The average girl has, 3,000 to 4,000 followers, okay, between Facebook and Instagram. Let's look at 10% of each. That's an additional 300 people clicking through per account times 20. Fuck me, you've just got an extra 6,000 people plus looking through at your profile. 10% of those might subscribe. Now you've gained 60 subscribers just by leveraging your assets. Are you really putting in the work? Or are you sitting there going, well, is the market too saturated for me to succeed? Do you even want to succeed? Ask yourself that question. Do you even really want to succeed? How much money is success? Is it money? Is it time? What is it? It was a good ramble today. I went on. I rambled about shit. As you can see, good nice little email in the background. I brought this up to show you. There is someone saying, I want to cancel the subscription. The only workload that I have to do, which is actually handled by my team, is when someone says, I want to cancel their subscription. The funny fucking part about this email is, this dude, which I just checked, has an active website. So he wants to cancel his subscription, but he still wants the website. Now, a dumb motherfucker would act out of emotion, and they would say, well, fuck you then. I'm going to cancel your website because you want to cancel your subscription. Me, I'm going to provide value, and I'm going to say, you know what? Sure, no worries. We'll cancel your package, da-da-da-da. I'm not going to cancel their website. Why? Because if I act out of emotion, I really only lose. Whereas if I cancel that person's subscription for them, they're going to feel valued, number one. And then second, I'm still getting that rolling $8 a month from Shopify that they don't even know about. There's an additional bonus for you. Stop acting with emotion. Use some fucking brain. Use some high IQ. If you enjoyed today's Pimp Podcast, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to continue to drop these bangers every fucking day until I hit 100,000 subs on YouTube. I don't care what it takes. I'm just going to keep doing it. Even if it takes me... If I'm doing this when I'm 50 and I'm here like, subscribe to the #1 Pimp Podcast. That'll be my voice because I'll be fucking smoking stogies heavy by that stage. Okay? That's what it takes. That's what it takes. I'm going to get to 100,000. You can use this as a reference when I'm at 100,000 subs. Appreciate you all watching and listening. Hope you learned something. Hope that I've entertained you or brought you value. And I'll see you all in the next one.